collection plan template for the future. So we covered collection care plan, we covered the collection management plan, and now we're in this last piece, which is thinking about that future 3 to 5 years, how this plan can help inform like the what's next part and the perhaps what's next priority projects. So first piece of this that is probably of most interest to everybody and is a piece that we typically include in the collection plans we do with our clients is a recommendation for priority projects to come up next in these 3 to 5 years. So based on what we know, based on the policies and the management that we've just established in this collection plan, what needs to happen next? And identifying 3, could be a couple more if you want it to, but 3 priority projects, and helping to capture in the plan enough information that will identify what the project topic is, what the scope is, the duration, the output, and what resources you need in order to execute that project. And I recommend including this section for a couple of reasons. First is that it helps to move your collection forward and improving either collections care, management, access, what have you, depending on what those priority projects are. It helps to keep you moving forward. Second is that it is something that you can identify and document that you can then use as an advocacy tool, whether that is to your boss, to your board, to help lobby for and get additional resources or at least focus time on those projects, as well as a tool that you could use to help establish and build out a donor request, a call for donations, a grant application, what have you. And so having those identified and documented, even if you as the staff member are the one creating this collection plan, it can still be very helpful to use and point to as a piece of evidence that you have done the groundwork, you've done that assessment piece, you've identified it, you've scoped it, and you are now ready to execute any one of these 3 priority projects, for example. So it helps you not only have the information you need to like get started right away, but it also helps to demonstrate and convince whoever it is that you need to convince that it's a project that should be done and is ready to be done right now. More recommendations included in the collection plan is for future improvements. So maybe it's not under the auspices of like an entire project and is perhaps more broadly applied. But considering any sort of equipment, software, supplies, display or storage, contractor, consultant, personnel needs, like any sort of resources that you may need that can provide overall future improvements to your collections care and management. Thinking about and identifying areas where these additional resources can provide that improvement, and as you're thinking about care management and access, and if you have some specific examples, I definitely recommend you write them down while you're thinking about them. And then finally, gathering options and approximate costs for each of or all of those areas that you've included as resources. The more information that you have, including like different consultants or contractors that you may want to work with, as well as approximate costs for different improvements that could be made, can all be very helpful for you more quickly executing or getting that yes to move forward and getting those resources.